Hello, Star Wars enthusiasts, and welcome back to Newswatch Wednesday, where we break down all the latest updates from the galaxy far, far away. We've got everything from a mysterious new villain in Shawn Levy's Star Wars film, to a rumoured return of one of the most terrifying expanded universe characters, Abeloth. So let's jump right in. Let's kick things off with something that has me beyond excited. Rumours are swirling that Abeloth could be appearing in Ahsoka Season 2. For those unfamiliar, Abeloth is one of the most powerful, chaotic, and terrifying entities in all of Star Wars Legends lore. She's a being of the dark side, tied to the Mortis gods, the Father, the Son, and the Daughter, and her story deals with corruption, cosmic imbalance, and ancient force power. I have a video deep diving into her character coming out later this week, so make sure to check it out before the Ahsoka show comes out. Now, here's where it gets really exciting. Abeloth can take the form of loved ones. That opens the door to some wild possibilities in live action. We could see Abeloth manifest as Anakin Skywalker or even Obi-Wan Kenobi to manipulate Ahsoka emotionally. The appearances of Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen are already confirmed, so whether this is them appearing as Abeloth or simply a flashback to themselves during the Clone Wars, we are bound for a good showing. Abeloth could even appear as Kanan Jarrus if she wants to mess with Sabine or mess with Ezra. This is admittedly a long shot, but let a man dream. The psychological storytelling potential here is insane. And if Dave Filoni is truly diving into Mortis Arc level lore, then I think Ahsoka Season 2 could be the most mythological and force heavy Star Wars project we've seen yet. I really hope this rumour pans out. Next up, we have the announcement of Tales of the Underworld, a new Star Wars animated series in the same style as Tales of the Jedi, but this time focused on bounty hunters and the criminal underworld of the galaxy, specifically the backstory of Cad Bane and other episodes on Asajj Ventress after Order 66. I am really excited for this one. The second I heard the title, I knew this would be something gritty. Especially after how good Season 1 and Season 2 were, I don't see them messing this up. There are a few big names that I think are definitely going to appear. For the Cad Bane episodes, I wouldn't be surprised if we see either Boba Fett or Jango Fett tied in. There is the potential to discover why there is such a rivalry between Boba and Cad. If you remember the Boba Fett show, Boba shot Cad at the end, leaving him potentially dead. We don't know for certain yet. Since this is a flashback, Boba might be a bit too young if it's Cad Bane's backstory. But that's how we could get the tie-in with Jango, where maybe Cad has a run-in with Jango and this causes Boba to not like him in the future. I guess we'll find out. For the other episodes, another exciting detail is that the trailer showed Asajj Ventress with a young Jedi. And my guess? That Jedi might be Petro, one of the younglings from the Clone Wars. Since we have seen that Gungi survived in the Bad Batch, it is possible that Petro also survived and is now trying to make it in the galaxy on his own. This would be great to see. Another theory I have is that this could be a young Kanan Jarrus after surviving Order 66. Either way, it's shaping up to be something special. But I hope they explain how Asajj is alive after she died in the book Dark Disciple, which is a great read by the way, and I fully recommend it. Shawn Levy's mysterious Star Wars movie might finally be gaining momentum. According to new reports, the production is eyeing a star from Breaking Bad to take on the villain role. This is rumoured to be Jesse Plemons, who is apparently in the running to be Kylo Ren. The fact that we're getting casting news is honestly a good sign. With so many movie projects stuck in development limbo, it's refreshing to see one actually moving forward. And with Levy's experience directing big, heartfelt, action-packed stories like Free Guy and The Adam Project, I think the Star Wars film could bring that classic blend of emotion and spectacle that we've been missing. A slightly surprising update now. Oscar Isaac has cancelled his planned appearance at this year's Star Wars celebration. No official reason was given, but speculation is flying. Some fans think it might be due to scheduling conflicts, while others are wondering if it means he's distancing himself from the franchise altogether. Either way, it's a shame because Isaac has always brought such charisma and energy to the Star Wars world, whether you like the sequels or not. But with the upcoming Rey movies, if Isaac is distancing himself from the franchise, that could potentially mean there will be no return for Poe in these movies. One for the thoughts. This next story honestly disappointed me a lot. We just found out that the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is working with a $166 million budget. Now, that sounds like a lot, but in comparison to recent Star Wars projects, it's actually underwhelming. For context, Andor Season 1 had a budget of $250 million. The Acolyte had a budget of around $180 to $200 million. And even if we go a bit further back to Solo, the last kind of spin-off style movie, that had a budget of around $275 million. So to give The Mandalorian, arguably Disney's most successful Star Wars project, a significantly lower budget for its first cinematic appearance feels like a mistake. Nothing against those projects, but in comparison to the success of The Mandalorian, they do not compare. But somehow each were provided a larger budget than what is being afforded to this movie. Especially when you consider how incredible Season 1 and 2 of The Mandalorian were. Those were some of the best Star Wars stories we've gotten under Disney, and they deserve a massive cinematic, galaxy-spanning budget. It's been 6 years since the rise of Skywalker, so the first movie back in theaters needs to make a big impact. Star Wars fans are ready for the big screen again, and this movie should feel like a monumental return, not a small side quest. I'll be honest, this lower budget has me a bit worried. It might lead to a more limited, less ambitious film than we had hoped for. But look, it's Star Wars. I know I'm going to watch it and probably enjoy it no matter what. That wraps up this week's Newswatch Wednesday. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you excited for Abeloth? Do you think Petro or Kanan might make a comeback? And what do you think about the Mandalorian movie budget? Should it have been higher? Thank you for watching.